You're upsetting yourself for no reason, Father.
Don't patronize me, Julian. Not with Deputy Do-Right still on the estate guarding Sheridan.
I don't like Luis lurking around any more than you do, but it's no cause for alarm. I went through Sheridan's cottage with a fine-tooth comb years ago. Luis will never find anything in there to connect us to his father's disappearance.
It's from a handgun. It looks old. Could have been in there for any number of years.
A bullet lodged in the wall of my cottage, but how can that be?
Well, it's not like you've been here for everything that's gone down. You spent most of your life away from Harmony.
What could they be shooting at in here?
The question is, who would they be shooting at? That's what I'm gonna find out. Teresa,
I know you said you didn't care whether or not you went, but Teresa, every girl has to go to her school prom. And Ethan will make sure you have a wonderful time.
You really like it, Mom?
Oh, sweetie, you are going to be so beautiful. You know, I've been so busy, I didn't even ask you who you were going with.
Oh, I don't have a date. A lot of kids are going on their own. It's cool.
Well, that's as it should be. You've got so much on your plate already with your tennis.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling Teresa. Would you mind if I just went in and checked on Chad?
You still feel guilty about his accident, don't you?
Yeah. I won't be long.
Okay. I'll take good care of your dress.
Thank you. What a charming mother-daughter moment. How many of those do you suppose you'd still have if you were revealed to be the ex-slut that you are? Chad, what are you doing out of bed? Why are you dressed like that?
Well, I don't want to embarrass myself. I heard this prom is a black tie.
Huh. Doesn't seem to want to come off.
Wouldn't do that if I were you.
Ow! That really hurt.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have replaced the clasp before I gave the pendant to Charity. I pricked my own finger yesterday when I was wrapping it up. Hurt like the devil.
Oh, it's not your fault, Tabitha.
Honey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll live. I just pricked my finger.
I'll get it.
Faces look familiar, but I don't think we've met.
It's us, Hank. Miguel and Reese.
He knows, Reese. He's just messing with you. Hey, Simone. Okay. What do you think, Reese?
She's beautiful. You okay?
Aw, Miguel, it's beautiful.
It's not that expensive or anything. It's just something so you won't forget our first prom.
Well, I know I'm never, ever gonna forget this night.
I got one for you too, Kay. All the kids are wearing them. Aren't they cool?
Thanks, Reese. Will you excuse us for a second? Just 1 second. Goldilocks better enjoy it now, because by tonight, I'm gonna break her little spell over Miguel.
By sunrise tomorrow, Kay will have her hooks in Miguel, and I'll have mine into Charity's soul. I
so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
How can you possibly go to the prom when you almost died a few days ago?
Ancient history. As of right now, I'm alive and well. Looking pretty good if I do say so myself. Besides, yo, I can't spend another night in this place. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life trying to pay off this hospital bill.
Look, Chad, don't worry about that, okay? My parents are gonna take care of it.
Say what?
They feel it's the least they can do to thank you for saving my life.
Well, that's a kind gesture, but yo, I don't take no handouts.
You know, you are unbelievable. You got hit by a ton of debris, and you still have more attitude than sense.
Sticks and stones, Look, I gotta get out of here. I made a promise to work the music at the prom, and that's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I get this penguin tie on, right? Last time I rented a tux, they gave me a pre-tied one.
I'll do it.
Oh, I forgot, you the expert. Now, why you want to help me if you don't want me to go?
Well, it's obvious your mind is already made up, and as long as you're gonna act like a fool, you might as well look halfway decent doing it.
You have no right to threaten me, Ivy. I already gave in to your filthy blackmail, and I told you where Sam was last night.
Well, I'm going to need a lot more information from you than that. Like, where is Sam tonight?
You just won't give up, will you?
Not until I get Sam back in my bed.
I'm not sure I can undo the class without breaking it. At least not in time for us to make it to the prom.
Oh dear, look at all the trouble my little gift has caused. I'm so sorry you don't want to wear it this evening, Charity.
No. It's not that. I think it's so pretty. I've never had anything like it.
If you ask me, it looks great on you.
Oh, Miguel, you think everything looks good on Charity.
I wonder if that applies to fish cuts.
You look so beautiful tonight. You're gonna have the boys lining up to dance with you.
Thanks, Dad.
Not if I have anything to say about it, sir. I plan on dancing every dance with Kay.
Wow. Babe alert. Can this be my little niece?
Oh, she's not so little anymore, Hank. You look beautiful, honey. Thanks, Mom.
All right, girls and guys, you know what time it is.
Oh, wait 1 second. TC sent over your corsage.
Say cheese, Tabitha.
Oh, that's all right, Sam. I don't really like having my picture taken.
Gotcha.
Oh no! Tabby's busted! Witches don't show up in photographs.
I'm not taking Teresa to prom.
Ethan, you have to. Come on, you saw how excited she was when I told her. What, Ethan, is there some reason you don't want to spend any time with Teresa?
What? No, of course not. Look, I've already made arrangements for one of the young lawyers from my office to take her.
Like a blind date?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
But you didn't give me a chance.
Well, Ethan, what if Teresa doesn't like the guy? I mean, at least with you, she's guaranteed to have a great time. I mean, you guys get along so well. Plus, she'll be able to show off the most handsome catch in Harmony.
Well, in case you forgot, I'm someone else's catch.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, it's already set. You know, I'm sure Teresa will have fun. I mean, the ladies in the office all have crushes on him.
Well, maybe you're right, and maybe it'll even be the beginning of a new romance for Teresa.
The last time, Father, there's nothing to worry about. I have everything under control. I am on an important conference call with my father.
Who's there, Julian?
It's me, Father.
with Luis Lopez Fitzgerald.
I see.
Whatever it is, we'll have to wait.
Now you can talk to me now, or you can talk to the DA.
I'm glad you're there, Luis. I've been wanting to thank you personally for protecting my daughter.
You're welcome.
You may not remember, but I met you many years ago when you were just a little shaver. I understand you've grown into a fine young man. And let me add that there's no higher calling than protecting the local citizenry. Law and order is the very foundation of our great country.
Excuse me, Father, I'd like to hear why Luis and Sheridan barged in the way they did. The bullet. Is that supposed to mean something to me?
You tell me. Found it lodged in the wall of Sheridan's cottage. The cottage that my family used to live in years ago. I want to know how it got there. Teresa, can you forgive me
For what?
for taking so long to realize it's you who I love? You who I want to spend the rest of my life with. Will you marry me, Teresa?
Yes. Oh, yes, Ethan, yes. Yes. Yes, Ethan. Yes.
Yes, what, Mija?
Mama, I am going to the prom with Ethan. Tonight, all of my dreams are going to come true. He's going to realize that he's in love with me.
No, Teresita. Your dream will not come true. Ethan isn't going to take you anywhere.
That's weird. The one at Tabitha didn't come out.
Well, yeah, but look, there's her doll right there.
Cool. He's suspended in midair all by himself.
What?
How'd you do that, Tabitha?
No idea. I told you I wasn't a good subject, Sam. I'm so plain I probably broke the camera.
No, I don't think that's it. Must be some fluke in the camera. At least the other ones came out.
Unless Tabitha's a witch. You know, I read somewhere that witches can't be photographed.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Look under the word geek in the dictionary and guess whose picture you're going to see.
Remind me to put Reese on our 10 most wanted list.
You know, Hank, Sam will never tell me who he went to his prom with. What was her name?
Let me think.
Well, you know what? I'll save you the trouble. I didn't go.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, why not?
I guess I couldn't get a date.
My hunk-a-rama husband was that hard up? I don't believe it. Look, I can handle it. Just tell me your name.
Honest, I was a no-show.
All right, then. Who was your girlfriend back then?
I don't even remember. Look, let's get another picture of the kids.
You know, I guess Sam is just never going to tell me who his first love was.
Wait, I remember.
You must know what Sam's plans are for tonight. After all, you're his wife's closest confidant.
Go to hell.
Really, Eve? Is that any way to talk to the lady who's holding all the cards, or, in this case, the nasty photographs, and, oh, your mugshot.
Ivy, even if I did know where Sam was going to be tonight, I don't see what good it's going to do you. You had your chance on his boat, and he turned you down. It's because the only one that he wants is Grace.
That's just because it's been so long since he and I were together. Once I remind him, it'll be say goodnight, Gracie, to the casserole queen.
This is one time you're not going to get what you want, Ivy.
Haven't you been listening, Eve? I have an ace up my sleeve that will bind Sam to me forever. So,
things would be different if you and I had a child? Well, I've got a hot flash for you, Sam. We did have a child together. A son. And tonight might just be the night I use it.
I want to know who fired the gun and who they were aiming at.
I've no idea what you're referring to, Louise. This is certainly the first I've ever heard about a rogue bullet embedded in the wall of Sheridan's cottage.
But how could you possibly date it? It could have been there 10, 20, even 50 years.
Oh, don't worry. I'll have the lab check it out. You know, this bullet could have been fired right around the time that my father suddenly disappeared.
I don't see what one has to do with the other unless Martin was into target practice inside the house.
My father hated guns. He hated violence of any sort. Now, if neither of you are going to help me, I'll just have to find out how it got there myself.
Well, now, wait a minute. Hold on. Who said we wouldn't help you, Louise? The Crane family would be more than happy to assist the police investigation in any way that we can. We're all servants of the law.
Keep any guns in the house, Julian?
Of course he doesn't.
What about that one that you keep in your drawer, Julian? It's been there since I was a child.
You just don't want me to go, Mama. You're trying to make me feel bad.
No, Mija. I would never hurt your feelings if I could help it. But after you left, I overheard Ethan tell Gwen that he has made arrangements with a lawyer from his office to take you to the prom.
No. He couldn't, Mama. He wouldn't.
He said he was very nice and that all the girls at the office like him.
I am going with Ethan.
No, Mija, you're not. He told Gwen he'd rather spend the evening with her.
Now I know you're making this up, Mama. Because Ethan would never do that. He won't admit it to Gwen. I mean, he won't even admit it to himself yet. But he wants to be with me. And that's why it's going to happen.
That drawer. That's where you've always kept your gun.
Well, I disposed of my revolver years ago. There's nothing here except a pack of playing cards and a few business papers.
Mind if I look?
Surely you trust my son.
No offense, Mr. Crane, but I'd trust him a lot more if I could look for myself.
I would be more than glad to show you. Unfortunately, the business papers I mentioned are rather personal, perhaps another time.
You got it. Another time.
Again, Louise, I can't thank you enough for looking after our Sheridan. She's the family treasure, you know.
Take my work very seriously, sir. No harm will come to her while she's under my watch.
God, they're gone.
The gun was in your desk, wasn't it?
Of course. Right next to our Luis imposter mask.
You fool. Why would you keep something that could thoroughly incriminate us?
I consider that mask a souvenir of our combined creative genius. If it hadn't been for the mask, Luis and Sheridan might have been lovers for months by now. Besides, worked so well the first time, we might be inclined to use it again.
All right. But what about this damnable telltale bullet? You told me you'd swept the cottage clean. After the incident, you swore there wasn't a speck of evidence. If Louise figures out how it got there, we're finished, Julian. All thanks to your ineptitude.
Ivy, whatever it is that your little secret weapon is, I'm sure that Sam is going to see through it just as he's seen through all your other obvious and pathetic ploys.
No, Eve, you'll see.
This is one thing Sam will take very seriously.
Chad, what are you doing out of bed? You aren't ready to leave the hospital.
I already told him that, Mom, but he just won't listen. He says he can't afford another night in the hospital because he doesn't have insurance.
The other doctor said I could sign myself out, so I did.
Chad, TC and I are very happy to pay the bill.
But Whitney mentioned something about that. Listen, thanks, but I don't want to be owing anybody anything. So if y'all excuse me, I got a gig to go to tonight, and I don't want to be late.
I'll just walk him to the elevator.
Charming looking couple. Oh, unless he turns out to be your son.
Oh, you are a nasty piece of work, Ivy. How many times do I have to tell you that my son died as an infant?
Yes, well, we'll just have to take your word for that, won't we? Now, where were we? Oh, yes, Sam. You're going to tell me where he is tonight, or, I'm going to have to go to the Harmony Herald with your mugshot.
Sam and Grace are chaperoning at the prom.
The prom is tonight? Oh, I remember ours. Sam and I couldn't be seen together, so we stayed away and had a private one of our own.
Well, what do you know about Sam's prom night?
Just that he was pretty psyched about who he was going with.
Oh.
But the funny thing is that you wouldn't even tell me who...
You know, whoever it was, I've long since forgotten her.
Remember, we have got to make sure that Charity is standing in the exact spot that we planned out so the fish guts will dump right on her.
Nick, I don't know how I let you talk me into it.
Because you need me to help you get Chad, whether he's going to be at the prom or not.
And if he does, I'll know it's because he wants to be near me.
Charity, can I talk to you for a second?
You look so pretty.
Thanks, so do you.
Thanks.
Are you still having those scary premonitions about prom?
Oh, not in a while. I think it's because I'm trying to think positively, and it's working.
Good.
Timmy thinks Charity's brave for trying to resist the powers of the darkness.
Brave, perhaps, but not very bright. It's utterly futile, Timmy. The darkness always wins. You'll see tonight.
Thank you, Eve. You have just given me the greatest idea. Sam and I are going to relive our private prom tonight.
Oh, it's perfect! No, you can't!
What is with Mrs. Crane? She practically knocked me down on the way to the elevator.
I don't know, honey. Ivy Crane is the last person in the world I think I'll ever understand.
Oh my gosh, it's getting so late. I gotta go get ready for the prom.
Well, I'm gonna come with you. I can help you with your hair and see my number one daughter off in her beautiful gown. You know, and as a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go and chaperone with Sam and Grace. And it'll be like our own private time together.
I would love that. So tell me about your prom. Were all the boys in school madly in love with you? Do you remember it like it was yesterday?
Not really. Seems like a lifetime ago.
Right, no. Look, I understand. I'll see you back at the office. Well, there goes Teresa's blind date. He got called out of town by a client.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I can't call anyone else at this hour. I guess she's just gonna have to go by herself.
No, Ethan, it looks like you're gonna have to take her after all.
Gwen, no way.
Ethan, look, I know it's not the way you want to spend your evening, but Teresa has been so good to us. How can we possibly disappoint her? Ethan, what is the big deal about spending a few hours with Teresa?
Luis is like a pit bull when it comes to our family. If he knows we lied to him about that bullet, he won't let go until he uncovers the truth.
But he doesn't know we lied.
He's smart, Julian. Apparently a lot smarter than you.
Even if he suspects we're hiding something, it's just one piece of the puzzle. He'll never see the whole picture.
How can you be so sure when he's living on the estate for God knows how long now? We have to get him away from your sister.
The FBI assigned Luis to guard Sheridan.
The hell with the FBI. We'll separate them by using Sheridan's Achilles heel, her desperate need to be loved. We'll find a man to distract her from Luis and his investigation.
So I'm right with you, Father. I know exactly where to look.
What are you doing?
Trying to figure out where the shooter was standing.
The bullet's trajectory? I watch cop shows too, you know.
Well, it couldn't have come through the window, which pretty much rules out any sort of freak accident.
You really think this has something to do with your father's disappearance?
Well, if you weren't the intended victim, then it stands to reason that someone in my family was. It never made sense that my father would take off without contacting my mother. So you tell me what it looks like.
Why would anyone want your father dead?
That all depends on who killed him.
You think it was Julian, don't you?
Him or your father. I'd bet my badge on it.
Hey, now don't eat too much, kids. I'm sure there'll be plenty to eat on the boat.
I'll get it.
Sam.
Ivy.
Ivy, what a surprise.
I can't stay. I was just wondering when you were going to get those fall crafts into your store. I'm looking for a few items for the annual Crane family picnic.
Oh, well, how sweet of you to think of my shop. In fact, I'm going to get a lot of things in next week, so why don't you give me a call?
Lovely, lovely. Well, I've obviously come at a bad time. You're all dressed up to go out.
Sam and I are chaperoning the kids' prom tonight.
The prom? Is that tonight? Oh, I remember my prom. I was with my first true love.
Wish I could remember my prom, or if I even went. In fact, I was trying to get Sam to tell me about his prom, but he says he can't remember it.
Well, I'm just sure the prom probably has all the chaperones it needs.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, Ivy, I'm sure you've got plenty of other things to do tonight than hang out with a bunch of rowdy teenagers.
Actually, I'm a bit at loose ends. You know, Julian's swamped with work. I was just going to a boring party at the Seascape all by myself. Well, I am on the school board.
Of course. The more the merrier.
Thank you. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. I bet it brings back some fabulous memories. Maybe I'll even steal Sam away for a dance.
How do I look, Mama?
Like a princess. Ay, Teresa. Promise me you'll give this young man at least half a chance.
I will give him my whole heart, Mama, because I know it's going to be Ethan. Mama, you were the one who raised me to believe in destiny. You said everything happens for a reason. Well, fate wouldn't have carried me this far, Mama, if it meant to let me down.
I didn't mean to, but I've done you a grave injustice.
You'll see, Mama.
Good evening, Pilar.
Ethan.
My offer still stands. If I can help you find out what happened to your father, then I will.
My priority right now is protecting you, not solving an old family mystery. I'll have to wait till we know you're out of danger. Don't answer it. Ask who it is.
Who is it?
It's your brother. Open the door.
Yes, Julian?
Father wanted me to remind you that tonight is the annual 4th of July gala at the Seascape.
Aren't you and Ivy going?
Father wants you to be there as well. I wouldn't disappoint him.
Wow.
This is so nice.
This is a nice ride.
Yeah, we're talking prehistoric here. Like before the 70s.
Sam, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. Is this yours, Mrs. Crane?
Oh, yes, it is. Although I'm embarrassed to admit it hasn't been driven in years. I don't know what possessed me to just take it out for a spin tonight.
What are you up to, Ivy?
Oh, just wait and see, Sam. The night's still young.
We better get going. We don't want to be late.
I suppose not.
Mama, what did I tell you? It's meant to be tonight. I'm gonna tell Ethan I love him.
Teresa, no.
Night, Mama.
Good night.
I'll have her home early, Pilar.
Padre mío, por favor, protect my daughter Teresa from herself.
Well, I guess there are worse things than going to a dance at the Seascape. Name one.
Like being stuck here with you. I'm gonna get dressed.
Forget it, you're not going anywhere.
Sheridan will be at the Seascape tonight, Father. The perfect place for her to find another man.
This plan of yours had better be more effective than your previous ones, or we'll be forced to revisit mine.
You weren't serious about eliminating Luis permanently, were you, Father?
I never joke about murder, Julia.
I don't like being ordered around.
That's tough because you're staying here tonight.
To hell I am! I'm going to the dance!
For my dead body.
It only took a moment, a minute inside, and it took just one look to see what you're trying to hide. Well, I know you've been down on
No, it's a good thing you didn't wear that to the hospital when you came and visited me. Otherwise, I might have had a heart attack and kicked it.
Thank you. I think.
Oh, Dr. Russell. I know you're gonna be here.
Oh, it was a last-minute decision. Just couldn't bear not to see my girls in their prom dresses. You are going to have the most wonderful time of your life tonight. I bet you're asked to dance every dance.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
She's right. You could dance every dance tonight. If you could admit that you like the idea of being held close in a man's arms.
I can't believe it. Chad must have signed himself out of the hospital so he wouldn't disappoint me. Or someone else. Stop trying to get me all worked up over Chad and Whitney. She's told me 100 times she has no romantic feelings for him, and I believe her. Have you ever seen someone so handsome in a tux?
I never did.
And after tonight, he is going to be mine. You'll see. You guys are gonna walk away with like all the votes for prom king and queen.
Aw, I don't really care about that. I really just want everyone to have fun and get home safely.
Why wouldn't they? You're not still having premonitions about something bad happening tonight.
I want to believe it's all going to be okay, Miguel. I really do.
Are your parents here yet, dear? Oh, they're just parking the car. They'll be in a minute.
Oh, wonderful.
My, what an unusual piece. Do you mind if I see it?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what? Odd. My fingers are hot.
Are you okay?
It's like electricity just coursing through me, giving me the strength to act.
See that, Tim Tim? Charity's pendant is working just the way it's supposed to. Makes people take risks they never normally would have the nerve for. But we have to keep an eye on Ivy and Sam Bennett tonight. I have a feeling that more than her fingers are going to be hot. You better put your life jacket on, Tim Tim. This old prom boat's gonna be rocking tonight.
Yes. Tonight is the night I tell Sam about Ethan.